Okay, welcome all of you replay viewers. So glad to have you. It's Joy here. Let me say hi. Hi, Joy on the Suburban Homestead. And we've been doing a lot of prep work today because I've been out of town for a couple weeks. I did a video earlier on how to dry herbs. So that was one thing. And then we've been mulching with some pine straw to make sure trees have plenty of cover. And now I'm going to try something new. So I'm going to flip it back. So I read in Lisa Steele's column that you could freeze your eggs, because one of the things that happens is when you have backyard hens that they do not lay very many eggs, sometimes in the heat, the very, very hottest month of the summer, and then the very coldest months of the winter. So in Houston, we won't get many eggs probably in like January and February. I talked to some of my friends and they agreed. Well, we have 4 hens now, and where they're mostly laying. We've actually got one hen that lays the brown egg. She's gone broody, so I'm fighting that battle. I might do a video on that later. But the idea, here's my egg process. This is also an egg process just to share with you how to be resourceful and save a little time and money. So whenever you use your eggs, normally we don't use this many at once, right? We just use 1 or 2. I would take the eggshell and wash it just with my hands underneath the faucet, just, hold it in my hand, wash it, and I would pop it in this little dish with a rag to dry. Once that dries, the next morning before I put more shells in, I would pop it into the bowl that I have it in the refrigerator. And we keep these because we put them on our roses. See, they're nice and dry. And we also give them back to the chickens once they're smashed like this, so that their eggshells are hard. So you can use them for gardening, or you can use them for the additional calcium your chickens might need. I put these on a little drying rack, and I put them then in the refrigerator because I do not like smells. I like a clean kitchen, even though you clearly just saw my dirty dishes. But we clean a lot, and we like to clean because, well, duh, I mean, who doesn't like a clean kitchen? But when we preserve a lot of things, and we can, and you just really need a nice germ-free kitchen. So for this process, I started it for you. So we crack the eggs into the ice cube trays. And as you can see, I wanted you to kind of see as I went along that some of the eggs are a little bigger. So Craig calls the blue and green ones pigeon eggs. And then he says that Heart's eggs, the one that's in broody, are the regular size. So we have a little bit of spillage, and I might actually just leave that, like put more white in it and leave it without a yolk and just go on, because who knows, a recipe might call for egg whites only in the winter. And the idea is to use what we have. This is how I put my eggs in the fridge, even though you don't have to refrigerate them. I do, I don't know, it's just a habit. But I don't put them in egg cartons. I put them in my cute little bowl because eggs are special to us here. So these eggs are not going to be, I don't believe they're going to be good for like fried eggs. These are eggs you would use in like quiches, egg casserole, if you scramble them, or if you're like from Texas and you make Mexican migas tacos, you could do that. Clearly it would be okay to bake with. So if you're a huge baker and you know that you use egg whites a lot, like for that fluffy stuff, I can't think of, meringue. Or if you know you use egg yolks a lot, this is a cool way for you to, if you're a huge baker, which I'm not yet, that you might do like yolks over here and whites over there. And then once they're frozen, we will just crack them like regular ice cubes, and we'll put we'll put them into their respective kind of freezer bags. So if we have them where there's just for breakfast or casseroles, we do that. If I do save some yolks separate from the whites, I'd probably keep them in their own bag just so it'd be easier. Once they're in cubes, they're super easy to just go in and pull out. And this is the same method. This is the same method I use when we juice our lemons, because lemons, we have a lot of them. They're ripening right now, like this one little cute one in the window, but most of them are still on the tree. But I mean, when you get so much juice, you don't want it, I mean, you've grown it, you've loved it, you don't want it to go to waste. So you can put them into ice cubes like that to use in recipes or in your dishwasher to get sparkling dishes. So I think it's super easy. I just wanted to show the process. And so I'm going to continue with these. I got the eggs back out because I'm going to use the smaller ones, the little, Craig says pigeon eggs. They're not pigeons, they're precious chickens. I'm going to use the smaller ones because they fit better in my little ice cube tray. So happy preserving, and thanks for tuning in. I do a what's for dinner and a what's in my window segment, and sometimes I just do virtual tours of the garden and the chickens, just to kind of share what it's like to be a suburban homesteader. You can go to YouTube and Facebook and find us there, Stephen's Suburban Homestead. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.